Hello everyone, welcome to ElliottWave.com YouTube channel. I want to draw your attention here to this GDXJ, which is the Vaneck ETF for the junior gold miners, right? I'm going to be focusing primarily on the larger time frame. Now we don't cover this in our service, but we do cover GDX, which is the major gold miners as well as the gold itself. And but here I want to draw your attention to this current outlook. Now over here we got this major low at $16. We label that as either wave 2 or wave B in the grand super cycle, right? I don't believe we're gonna get much lower than this, with gold price continues to make new all-time high every single day, every single month. So most likely this is going to be your wave 2. We're not going to break below $16.36 again. That requires gold to go back to whatever low we have last time, which is what, like $2,000, $1,000, right? That's not going to happen, right? So that's a major low. Since then, gold has continued to make a very powerful move, while the miners are lagging very big time. But now time probably is going to change. We got a 5 swing rally from here, confirmed by breaking above this previous peak not too long ago. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is a bullish sequence, right? I mean, it's a motive sequence. Now you can label this as a diagonal, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then okay, we get another big pullback first, and then but the momentum does not really support that idea, because the momentum is at the highest, at the peak here. So that means this is not wave 5. I mean, if you want to label 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that requires a very weak momentum, but momentum is at the strongest. So the implication is that we are nesting 1, 2, 1, 2, and then possibly another 1, 2 already finished here, right? And we're gonna take a look at this idea in the shorter cycle a little bit later. But this is by there is a possibility that if I'm correct here, we're gonna be in a super powerful move in the GDXJ with 1, 2, 1, 2, and we are in the 3 of 3. But not only that, if you look at the lower time frame of this rally, there is another possibility. This is itself is a super nest, right? This is so primarily focusing on this rally here. You can see why I think there is a possibility this is actually a super nest. Now the other less aggressive is simply moving 1 here. So you call this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, ending 1, and then pull back in the 2, and then higher again. Now that I think that is a possibility. That doesn't make it bearish at all. It is possible, but I'm trying to propose something that is even more bullish than that, because if you take a look at the shorter cycle, that kind of makes it possible, guys. So if I dropped on the daily time frame, right, so you can see we're starting from 2 in blue here. So you see the 1 in black, so 2 in blue, 3 in blue, 4. So basically if I zoom out a little bit here so that you guys know where we start from. All right, so we're starting from this 2 here, which is the same as 2 here, right? So you can see this, I'm focusing primarily on this rally here now. Now, like I said, the other option is like this, which is ending 5 waves or 5 swing up, diagonal, whatever it is, and then pull back first to correct this entire rally in a bigger 3 waves, like this, 1, 2, 3, and then higher again, right? But look at the shorter cycle. Now, let's call this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, ending 1 and 2 here. So another option will be trying to call 3 here, 4 here, and then now we're within with 5 that will end 1, and then do a bigger pullback. But I just don't think that is really going to, I mean, it's possible, but I think we need to be preparing for actually a more significant rally here, guys, I think. So you can see this rally here. Now that's very interesting structure here, because I'm calling this 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2 like a triple nest, because there's an overlap. Now I Another one possibility is calling this a diagonal here, ending 1 and then ending 2. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and maybe ending 1 here, ending 2. But I think if you look at the RSI, this is the strongest here. So I don't think this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's a 1, 2. And then you can say, well, can we do it this way? 1, 2, maybe 3, 4 like this. But we cannot do that because you will have 1 and 4 overlap, and you cannot have an overlap within with 3, right? Overlap can happen anywhere except within with 3. It can overlap within with 1. It can overlap within with 5. It can overlap within with A or with C, but it cannot overlap within with 3. So this is not possible to be 1, 2, 3, 4, and then ending 5 of 3. So instead, I would say this is actually a possibility to be a triple nest like this. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. So then you can see the pullback will not be that much. We will continue to power higher. So we're gonna end 5 ways up, ending only 3, and then a 4 and a 5, ending only 3 in blue, and then 4 and a 5 in black, only ending 3 in black, and just keeps going and going and going within a very multiple nest here, guys. Multiple nests, right? So I think that possibility is something we need to keep in mind. Now, I think whether you want to be that bullish or not as bullish, fact of the matter is we got a 5 swing up from here. So there is no question we are in a bullish market in the GDXJ. It's just that how much, the nature of that bullish move. And I'm presenting a possible really super nest coming in the GDXJ, which will basically power higher pretty quickly without too much of a pullback, and we will continue to rally higher in a sequence of a 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2 towards the upside. Okay, so that's the update for the GDXJ, and see you guys again next time, and have a nice day, everyone.